What's happening, guys, and welcome back to the channel. For today's video we have a super exciting discussion video as we're going to be talking things all Transformers Rise of the Beast. So today is Transformers Tuesday, we got a Rise of the Beast Studio Series reveal, and recently there was some sick artwork shown on, I think it was the front of a book, of Optimus Prime facing off against Scourge. So I'm just going to be, as always, giving you guys my initial thoughts and feelings, and be sure to let me know down in the comment section below what you guys also think about some of these latest reveals. So let's get stuck straight into it. So first of all, here we have that artwork. This is a Mission at the Museum book, looking sick as far as the front cover goes. I mean, you've got Optimus Prime battling it against the brand new nemesis for live action movies, Terracon Scourge, and he looks great. I mean, this is our first proper official look at this character. We got a very brief glimpse of him in the latest teaser, but this one's got a little more colour and definitely looks a little cooler. So we're going to very quickly talk about Optimus Prime. Unfortunately, it looks as if though this was based on some very early concept art, as we know, Prime is a lot skinnier in the movie, doesn't look as cool as this in my opinion. It's a shame that they didn't literally just take this design and slap it into the movie, but I mean, still very nicely done looking artwork. And then we have Terracon Scourge, which just looks insane. Like I said all those years ago, I think in 2021 when I was invited to that production kickoff event, Scourge will have this kind of internal burning lava effect, like he's got a furnace inside his chest, and that is exactly what you can see here from this artwork. I mean, look at him, he just looks like one of the most evilest bad guys that we've seen from the live action movies. We get that massive electromagnetic claw which is generating some kind of EMP, probably to stop Prime sparking its tracks. We get this huge kind of dual blade which swings from the underside of the forearm. We've seen that in the most recent Studio Series Leader Class leak, and you can see all of those faction symbols just stamped alongside his arm. I mean, he collects these as trophies once he annihilates his victims. I mean, this guy's just so freaking savage. Cannot wait to see him in the movie, and this is a really cool look of the character, so love this artwork. We also get another image here of Optimus Primal and Optimus Prime. We've seen Primal in the trailer pretty decently, so I won't go into too much detail. All I'll say is that, I mean, it looks okay, not that accurate. The eyes are a different colour in the movie, they're green than as opposed to blue, but still very cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to be picking these up. I think this is the first time we're seeing novelizations for movies since, I want to say, Transformers Dark of the Moon. It's definitely been a very long time, but cool to see that this movie appears to be going hard as far as merchandise and marketing goes. And now we jump into our Transformers Tuesday Studio Series reveal, and it's the highly awaited Voyager class Butch, aka Cheetor. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, when I first saw some of these pictures, I was definitely taken back. I wasn't expecting to see this as the final outcome, especially considering that very recently we saw that mainline deluxe Cheetor, which appeared to be very accurate to the original 90s series. This couldn't be any further from that if it tried. I mean, to be fair, it kind of looks more like Cheetor's Transmetal's appearance than how he appeared in Beast Wars, but you know, as a fan of the Michael Bay movies where they were consistently spicing up the designs, I'm open for it. I mean, we really have to reserve our judgment for some actual CGI renders from the movie and how this design plays out on screen, because this is merely a toy, more than likely was also based on concept art, so things are always changing. All I will say, however, is it does look pretty accurate to that very brief blink and you'll miss it glimpse we saw of his robot mode in the latest teaser. If I can find a screenshot, I'll be sure to pop that up on screen. But here we have Cheetor in the robot mode, and there's a few things which stand out to me. I mean, first of all, the head. It looks nothing like Cheetor at all. I actually don't know what it looks like. It's very kind of robotic, kind of reminds me of an android. I don't think there's going to be much expression going on here at all, and it's such a shame they didn't carry over the crest. I mean, these are very simple design traits that they could have just slapped on this design. You know, keep the color scheme, keep the overall design, but just change certain things, and it would have just made it more Cheetor-like. I mean, if they'd given him that crest, I think it would have been a massive game changer. But decent metallic silver for the face. I like all of the mechanized parts we have scattered throughout the robot mode. You know, you can see some of that on the shoulders. I love the piston detail that we appear to have on the biceps, and just overall a very sleek, kind of agile musculature design that they're going with this guy. But then another design change is the lack of a cheetah head slap bang in center of the chest. Now, this is something which we haven't seen for a very long time. I mean, with Kingdom, he had the chest. With the mainline Rise of the Beast figure, he also had the cheetah head on the chest. So this is quite a big deal as far as, you know, cheetah goes. I'm excited to see the transformation. I'll say that, you know, for the most part, cheetah transformations over the last couple of years, or should I just say cats in general, have been pretty similar. You know, Cheetah and Tigatron had very similar transformations. The mainline Rise of the Beast figure has a very similar transformation. So this one is going to be a massive game changer. I mean, that cheetah head is going to stow away inside the chest, which is going to be pretty cool. And another thing I noticed is no freaking tail whip, which I am absolutely hugely thankful for. I think it's so lazy when they rip off the tail and say, here you go, here we have a tail whip. I mean, that's just so lazy. So to see that actually incorporated in the transformation is definitely a massive breath of fresh air. But I mean, robot mode design, It looks cool, but to me it just isn't Cheetor. But like I said, I've been a fan of the Michael Bay movies for years now. I'm constantly used to this type of change, so it doesn't really bother me that much. It is what it is. I guess we should just really and truly get on with it. Next up, we have an image of him in the cheetah mode. Now, this doesn't look that accurate to the shot we saw of him next to Bumblebee in the teaser. I think it's got something to do with the colour. It's very kind of orangey brown. Had they just, you know, sprinkled a bit of yellow in there, much like some of the subtle design changes I think they could have done in the robot mode, it would have made all of the difference, as he's very orange, very kind of strange looking, you know. This doesn't immediately scream Cheetor to me, and the trailer kind of showed him being a little more yellow, more akin to the mainline deluxe, so I'm looking forward to seeing as to which one out of the two will inevitably be more accurate. I think it's probably going to be a case that one is more accurate in one mode than the other, and that's how Hasbro are going to kind of trick us into buying both of them. But I mean, it's a very cool mechanized cheetah, I'll give it that. Really nice mechanical details scattered throughout him, much like the robot mode. You can see various different mechanized panels kind of overlapping on top of each other, much like we saw from Airazor. And here we have a close-up of the head, which, I mean, it looks cool, but to me kind of looks more dog-like than a cheetah. It just doesn't really have those, it just doesn't have those design traits in my opinion. But, you know, it looks alright. I like the mechanical kind of silvery details we have around the eyes. He will actually have some proper green eyes, which is cool. And here we have an image of him in the robot mode with his new weapons. So, gone is the gut gun, gone is the tail whip. We have a cheetah that's going to be wielding these spear weapons, and I think that's cool. I mean, I'm so excited to see these Maximals actually go head-to-head in battle against the Terracons with handheld weapons. You know, they're going to be slashing, they're going to be absolutely impaling those Terracon freezer drones with these weapons, and it's just going to be so sick. I think it's a lot cooler than having blasters, you know, and it spices things up. It's, you know, to me, these Maximals kind of look savage. They've got these beast modes. They're used to kind of being in the jungle. They would be hunters. They would have weaponry like this, when in comparison to, say, Optimus Prime, that would have a blaster. So I'm looking forward to seeing him actually use these weapons. I think the combat style of these Maximals is going to be like anything we've ever seen in the live action movie, so that's really exciting. And articulation on this guy looks to be great. I mean, you've got some kind of wrist rotation, waist rotation, ankle pivot. It looks like he's got single jointed knees. I mean, that's not too bad. And then we have another image here of the cheetah mode, and it kind of gives us a better glimpse of the tail. The tail doesn't look to be removable, which is fantastic. Maybe it would have been cool to have gotten some silver paint on those little kind of metallic nubs on the mainline deluxe. That's completely painted, so it's a little bit of a shame not to see that here on this guy. I'm intrigued to see where those spears are actually going to store in the cheetah mode. I don't think there's an image of them actually showing that, unless they can somehow be stored internally, which if it's the case, that's some sick weapon storage, but I don't think that is going to be the case. And here we have another image of Cheetor in his robot mode with this double spear, so both of them can combine to form this larger weapon, and it just looks so cool. If anything, this guy makes me so excited for that leader class upcoming Optimus Primal. I mean, it's been rumoured for so long. Cannot wait to see how that guy turns out, as this Cheetor, I mean, for a live action movie character, the design looks good, but I just think they maybe could have changed a few things, the head crest and having the cheetah as the head, but we do get a nice Maximal symbol slap bang in center, so I guess that's something. I'd love to get your thoughts down in the comment section below. I mean, what do you guys think of the Studio Series reveal and the artwork of Scourge? That gives us our best look at that character yet. I just think Scourge is going to be such an insane villain, and I'm hoping, I'm praying that he's not killed off in this movie. I hope this is a villain that we can see continue into future live action movies, as it sucks so badly when they kill off some of these badass villains, such as, you know, Lockdown they killed off, which I think was an absolute travesty. It would have been amazing to have seen him carried over to Transformers The Last Night, but yeah, so those are our latest Rise of the Beast reveals. I'd love to get your thoughts also on all of those Studio Series Rise of the Beast figures shown so far. Which is the one that gets you most excited? I think officially we've seen Freezer, RC, Bumblebee, Airazor, Battletrap, and now Cheetor. And sadly, no Leader Class Scourge yet, but we know what that guy's going to look like from all of the pictures that have been circulating, so I guess it's just a matter of time of when Hasbro want to officially announce him. But yeah, really exciting things ahead. I mean, we're in the year of Transformers Rise of the Beast now, so I think almost every single week we're going to be seeing some kind of news, which is so exciting, especially considering the past 4 or 5 years now have been super dry, and whilst the Bumblebee movie was good, it wasn't a huge, massive blockbuster event like Rise of the Beast is going to be. It really does feel like we're returning to the old Michael Bay days, where we're getting this huge summer blockbuster, and I am so here for it, so excited. So be sure to sound off down in the comment section below, and until my next video, I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.